Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about journaling and different ways you can journal and the things you can think about when you start. I think the first step is finding a notebook. Now, it doesn't have to be an expensive notebook. It doesn't have to be fancy. I went through some of my notebook. This was my journal in 1991. So, yeah. And there are no pictures, no drawings, nothing. It's just writing. It's today's date, in parentheses, location, city I am in, because at the time I still traveled a little bit because I lived in Paris and it's easier to travel there. It just is. And I would write everything that I couldn't say out loud, everything that I had done that day, everything that I wish I had said out loud. It was literally a conversation with myself, and I still kind of write that way. So it could be like I wake up and I put the date, and I could be like, last night I had a horrible nightmare and I hope I don't go all day with this weird feeling. I hate it, blah, blah. And then later I was like, I had a great day at the end because this happened. And this is sometimes I relook at stuff and I'm like, I was crazy, or oh boy was I sad that time, oh boy this, oh boy that. But it's a really good snapshot, and it's like a really good way to travel back in time and also to see your evolution. I think it's fantastic. If you really don't like writing a lot, get a 5-year journal. I have the Hobonichi, but there's a Midori has one too. And the beauty with this is, let me show you, it's not I finished one. So I did a 5-year already, and you could write only in this. I write all across unless I have very little to write, then I write here, and then eventually I'll fill in the blank. I have 5 years to finish it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's fine. That's another way to journal, 5 years. You can also buy one of those and draw lines and build up yourself. If like budget is an issue, it's like there are so many ways to create a journal. I could have made this into an amazing thing by collaging, and there's many ways to do that. And so the first step is definitely finding a notebook that speaks to you, that makes you want to sit and put your pen to paper, because it has to be, how do you say that? It has to be a moment. It has to be something that you do for yourself. It's almost like when some people go do their nails, some people go do their hair, some people like to do skincare, and some people like to work out, and some people like to journal. They all have a commonality. They're very much about you and making yourself have this Zen moment where you sit down, and with the journaling, you're sitting down with your thoughts and you can put them down. That's why I love doing it. I'm still like in awe that I have this here because I have another box of journals in storage. This one was my Hobonichi cousin from, what year could it have been, where I had so much time in my hands. I did all this stuff. 2020. This is my journal for 2020. Probably the most filled up Hobonichi cousin I've ever had. Love it. And I made it something else. And those literally are pieces from magazine. I think they were like commercials, and I like the texture, so I kind of put them all together. So yeah, and this was like a perfume mat or something. Looks good. Easy, right? But I also found, I think I've spoken about this before, but part of the Hobonichi that reminded me of like what we have in France. We have these planners for school where we put our homework, and then you would doodle, and then on the side you have a cutout corner so that you can go to your day really easily. It's almost a requirement when you're in school over there, or it used to be, and for some reason I still have this, and all I did is put a postcard in the front and a postcard in the back. That's it. So, you know, you can do that too. There is bullet journaling, which is great if you want to accomplish some goals. It really keeps you on track. I think I can show you. I did it on my Archer and Olive, and what year was that? I'm not sure. 2021. And the Archer and Olive has really thick paper, so I kind of went crazy with collages because it's not always easy to do that in Tomoe River paper. Like I even did cutouts and like, I don't know, I went crazy. And this was a bullet journal. So I had my trackers of the things I wanted to track. They were little monthly trackers. I had my gratitude list. Every day I would write just one sentence of what I was grateful for. My weekly to-dos. And then for my daily, I literally journaled. So I was writing in there. This was fun. I don't know why I didn't do a second one, probably because it was too much time. And again, I recommend a slimmer notebook to start with, because if you find another one you like after, you won't be so like, oh, when is this going to be over so I can get to the next one? Or you can jump from one to another, which is what I've been doing lately, which is not going to be great for memory keeping if I go back and I try to see how was I in that year, but then I cut off and it's like 2 years later. It's better to have a slim notebook and to just write. If you feel intimidated by the amount of space, just go with the small one. Like I have, this is an A6, but I also had the pocket. Yeah, I had a Lustrum pockets are good. This is like, I don't know what notebook it is. I don't know this. Maybe it's a day free, but I cut it to pocket. And so, yeah, not much to write. And so you have space to write as much as you want or little, and it's not that much paper. I think that works really good. So I recommend doing that if you're starting to journal. Make it like your moment. Have a coffee, have a tea, a glass of wine, whatever you like. Sit down at a spot you like and write down. And if you can't do that, perhaps your style is more having it in your purse and taking it out whenever you feel like saying something to somebody or to yourself, or you like whatever you want to write. There are no rules. And then, as you know, if you've been following me for a while, one of the journaling things that I love doing is illustrated journal. And that I never even knew existed until I started, which was like 7 years ago. How many Hobonichi I have, I'm not sure. But basically, I write about my day. If I have pictures of that day, I draw them. If I do not have pictures of that day, I try to think of what I did. And let's say today I just worked and went home and worked out, then I'll find picture of a woman working out and I'll draw that. But I could draw a bird. I could just draw one of the Hobonichi challenges. I used to do that a lot, and I love that. I can draw whatever I want, but within that page, I now write what I did that day as well. Really, this is what I did today, and perhaps maybe this is how I felt. These are really like all my thoughts, everything that came to mind during that day. What I wish I had said, what I wish I hadn't said, when this person said to me, I made me mad, but I didn't say anything. It's all like, it's that conversation in your head put on paper. It makes some space for other stuff to be in your head. So that's it. If you want to start, hopefully that helps. I'm not going to do a play-by-play of all the different types, but there you could do more morning pages. I did that for a little bit. You sit down and you try to write 3 pages every morning. Fill out 3 pages and let it flow. Just write whatever comes to mind and see what comes out. It's a really good practice to gratitude journaling or gratitude lists is really good for you. So that's another thing you can start doing, is everyday writing what you're grateful for. And it can be as simple as the roof over my head. That's something to be grateful for, and we forget to be grateful for these things. I'm going to end the video because it's literally getting dark around me, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. I'd like to know how you journal. What do you enjoy about it? And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.